Hey there guys, it's Nolan here with Plumbing Webmasters, and today we're going to focus pretty quickly on leads for plumbers. So getting a lead for a plumber, we've done this for close to a decade now, and people used to check on different marketing. And so if you had 10 years ago, they'd look for marketing or for search engine optimization, or for pay-per-click, which is now Google ads. But a big trending is that people looking for a lead in any way that they can get a lead. And so let's go over some of that real quickly. And I'll start with the paid items. So I'm a pretty big proponent of starting with organic, but when people are thinking in the mindset of a lead, it typically leads them to paid. And so if someone can pay for clicks on Google, or pay for their ad, or pay for distribution, pay for their banner ads to show up, or for remarketing, retargeting, there's a lot of different paid items now that someone can partake on search engines. You can also pay for distribution and engagement on Facebook or Instagram, which on a social platform will be the main one that somebody would work on for plumbing. And then, of course, you can buy a lead from some of the primary places that you've heard of, like HomeAdvisor, Yelp, or Angie's List. There's other types of paid, to me, that aren't worth talking about, like print or something like that. Now, if I was going to talk about something like other types, like getting leads through referrals or repeat business, well, referrals and repeat business is the act of having gotten this business from these other methods, the best of which is going to be organic. We do some paid as well here at the Webmasters, but organic is your first choice because it's measures of magnitude less expensive than other leads. So, and I don't hate on any other type of a lead. It's just that when you can get found organically, which is where 87% of people go to look, is to say Google search, and then 75% of those people click on organic. And I'll get some pushback on that every once in a while, but you can look online and see these reports for yourself that the majority of people that go to Google click on an organic item, which would be your map or your organic keyword. And when you really start talking about it with a customer, they'll say something like, yeah, I go to organic too. And so is mapping an organic item? Yes, it's very much organic. It gets affected by all these other things getting done properly, like reviews, setup of your GMB, check-ins on your website that put in the geo coordinates on the website that point back into and validate the locations that you have. Very effective for organic rankings. And then your organic keyword terms, which would be your page content. Between the mapping and that, and what I would call your reviews and reputation, which would be your reviews and check-ins and reviews from not only Google but from other reviews, create your online brand and your reputation through check-ins and reviews and other mentions and other platforms. And you may not know this, but even getting a BBB review, Google literally said, helps your ranking on Google. And so when we talk about organic, for me, we talk about organic keyword terms to your page content being a significant portion, your mapping being an organic item, and then all of that being affected by your brand, your reviews, and your reputation. So all of that being organic, and that being 75% of it. So for me, I love the idea of somebody having an organic base and then to build upon that. Could other things be great? Yes, they could be. Are they more expensive than organic to start with? Yes, because 75% of people go to organic and you can show up much less expensively than organic's first. But a lot of people successfully do other things. It's just not to the level of magnitude of enjoyment because that return on investment's a little bit lower. Should you try other stuff? Yeah, you should try other things, because ultimately you're going to want to market and get leads from a myriad of sources that work for you. And on a different little one, we'll talk about how to grow a business through leads and through the brand. And when it comes down to it, guys, there's only like I counted these out on different categories. There's only like 16 different things you can do if you pick apart SEO, pick apart lead buying, pay-per-click, and then social media. There's only like 16 things you can try. And for me, when you're getting leads, you just have to be careful. You don't want to sign into a 6-month lead program or a year or something like that. You want to be really careful so that you don't just throw money down. Are there only 16 things or so that you can try that are effective for leads? Yeah. Will most of them not work for you? That's correct. Most of them won't work for you. Organic's just a more slam dunk if you get up in ranking and get quality services like Plumbing Webmasters to help you. It's just easier to make someone happy because it costs less per lead if you're up in ranking. And then as you try the other grouping of things, you've got to be careful on your budget to make sure it's not blown out, which is why I would argue people go for the word leads. Because they're burned, because they're confused, because they spend money and got tied into something, burned tens of thousands of dollars, now they want a lead only. And they start to think about that mentality. But you know, with our services, we're month to month. You can get that organic working. We can help you with some paid on Google and a few other things here to help you get that lead. But I thought I'd describe it because I think it's interesting. People look for a lead. You should have a little bit more of an open mind about what is a lead, how can I obtain one, and which one's better. And I'll end with that. A lead that's obtained from your own branded web presence is far superior than buying a lead off another platform. Why? Because they bought into your brand, they see your reviews and your reputation and your brand. They're not on a lead buying platform, and so they're not being instigated to get bids from 5 different people. They're not bought into the lead platform's brand, they're bought into your brand. They're less likely to shop. I'm not going to tell you they won't shop at all, but they're less likely to. And so when they come in through your own brand, through your either organic web presence or paid presence on the search engines, they're more likely to buy. They're more likely to buy. They're going to be a better quality. So nothing wrong with any of the rest of it. I just thought I'd explain these leads so that you understand where they're coming from, what you need to be looking for, how to stay out of trouble. And of course, we'd love to help you. So give us a call. We'll be here when you're ready.